Everyone, hope you're having a great 4th of July weekend. Today we have a new product. This is by HAT Designs LLC. This is on the 2019 4Runner 5th gen. Going to be replacing the factory gloss black steering wheel trim pieces to this. I guess this is was it Calvary blue. This is on my girlfriend's 4Runner. She wanted some color, I guess, inside of her vehicle. So we're going to go ahead and swap this out with these new trim pieces. So yeah, kind of liven up the interior, I guess you could say, a little bit. So first order of business, we're going to go ahead and disconnect the battery, then get the terminal, and then get started on the steering wheel. So then when we have our negative side disconnected from the battery, we need to access this panel on the steering wheel. This is on the driver's side. So we're just going to go ahead and take our tool here. You could probably use a screwdriver. We're just going to use our little pick here just to get in there. Pull that back. There's another one on the other side. We'll go ahead and switch that over here real quick. All right, we are on the passenger side, which is your cruise control side. Same thing. Slip your screwdriver or your pick. I didn't have a thin enough plastic body removal tool to get in here. So just kind of work this. Try to anyway. This one's going to fight us just a little bit. There it goes. So then slide that off the cruise control. Okay. That piece removed. So now what that does, it reveals the T-30 Torx bolt. So we'll use our T-handle to break these loose. There we go. These will not come out all the way. Loosen that side up. Come back to the driver's side. Again, these are a Torx T-30. Goes. Okay. So those two are loose. Come back up here. Let's get this focused, right? Okay. So now, I probably need to finagle it just a little bit more. Okay, like I said before, you have a T-30 on this side, passenger side near the cruise control, and on the driver's side. What I need to do, work that up. Looks like we need to mess with the driver's side a little bit. These will not come out fully. And again, make sure the battery is disconnected. Okay, that will reveal the airbag. We're just going to set that right there. You don't need to mess with any of the controls, the wiring, so on and so forth. Okay, so now that will give us access to the connections for our trim pieces. Those are just a Phillips head. So it looks like we have one here on the top. There's one. and gives us the controls for that. Same thing, it looks like we have a Phillips head. We have 3 here on this side, down at the bottom, in the middle, and then up at the top. So we'll go ahead and start with this bottom one. Lastly, our top one. Okay. Go ahead and separate the controls like so. So that's the control board, all your buttons. Go ahead and then pull this guy straight through. Try to keep them together. Just pop out like so. Okay. I'm assuming on the higher trim 4Runner, this might have been for, I don't know, maybe the adaptive cruise. This one doesn't come with it. So on the new piece that we have a cover plate that's going to have to go over that. Set that guy off to the side for a second. We do have the block-off plates, pieces of plastic that came with the kit. Which are these little guys here, depending on your trim level of your 4Runner. See some arrows, so I'm assuming those are probably the way they go in first. So go ahead and set these guys off to the side. See which ones we need. This one is for the driver's side of the steering wheel, or left-hand side rather. So we need to grab our other one. Passenger side, right hand side of the steering wheel. So again, we don't have the provision for the new button, so let's see what we got here for these other buttons. Blanks, and it looks like it's going to be this guy here. Looks like we have a bridge that goes across. There is an up arrow. So, assuming this has to go in first. So yeah, that makes sense. So this lip has to go up underneath first, and then tuck it in like so. Looks like we have a full engagement on the bottom. It does stick out just a little bit though, but I guess we can live with it. Go ahead and take our controls, put these guys back in, line up the slot like so. So there's a alignment slot here at the top. Okay. Gonna put this back on our controls. Line up our holes, which looks like these match up perfectly. There's again alignment slot. You guys probably can't really see it, but here on the plastic itself, these aren't really moving around. Show all of our buttons are lining up the way they should. This guy moved around just a little bit. There we go. I feel that they're all activated by depressing the buttons. Let's go ahead and put our screws back in. So you have one down here at the bottom. One here in the middle. Oops. Let's try that again. There we go. We have our last one here at the very top. Nice and snug. Come back to that one, double check. Okay, that's good. So go ahead and put this guy back into place. Line that up a little bit. There we go. You guys probably can't see. There's the top screw and then that bottom screw. I'm not going to torque those all the way down quite yet. So I want to do a test fitment, make sure I have all the clearances for when I put the airbag module back into place. Okay. Looks pretty sweet. Moving on to the left-hand side of the steering wheel. Get this top screw. Bottom screw. Pull our controls. There it goes. Okay. Just like the other side, 3 screws. Screws out of the way. I'm going to flip this over, that way it doesn't completely fall all over the place. Just lift that cover up, grab our new one, slide him over, make sure our alignment is good, which it is. Radio button, volume, that all engages. Feels solid. small screws back in. Get that started. Center screw. Okay. Drop our last one in there. Open this up. Okay. Nice and tight. Route our harness back underneath this little clip. Line those up. Make sure that's seated and plugged in. That one is too. Just going to verify fitting in here real quick. Pretty solid. Okay. Here's where those T-30 Torx bolts plugged into the airbag module itself, or housing, whatever you'd like to call it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this guy back in. Kind of get that situated, just like that. So yeah, looks a little neat. I do like the plastic on this. This is a very heavy-duty OEM feeling type plastic with this AGT design product. The finish is phenomenal, but let's go ahead and button this up and finish our installation. That one is tight. Look at the back of my head. this one last time. Okay, that's how you do it. Again, it's pretty easy. Like I was saying, that's that T-30. All you do is you just loosen it up, and again, it will not fully come out. You just loosen it up to where you can remove the module itself. So our last task is just to put our trim pieces back on. Slide that one in first. And we'll put the cruise control side on, and we're done. Other than reconnecting the battery, but yeah, it's kind of neat. Adds a little bit of color. You should hopefully like it. Thanks, guys.